today.
Anniversary?
Today, it's that too. Happy anniversary, honey. It's our 38th year together. Thank you for bearing with all my building projects.
You want to tell me what you're getting into now?
We are going to build a wall. We're going to be working on the main floor of the building today.
That's exactly right. Thanks for being so specific.
We're going to start down here on the guest bedroom wing. We spent some time at lunch figuring out elevations for our studs on all the walls throughout the whole house, so that we know that when we get to the top, they'll all match up. Some of the walls are 10 feet like these are. Some of them are 9 feet here in the loft area. And we just needed to make sure that when we get to the top where the trusses are going to land, they all land on a uniform plane.
Jeez, Dad, how tall are these walls? Are these 10 feet, Dad?
They are.
Dang. I feel tiny. Wow, Dad.
The bedroom comes to about right here. And there's closet here and bathroom on that side. About 16 by 16.
Isn't that so cool? Hi. Hi. Yeah.
Swing out. Okay, hold it right there. Well, the temperature this week is supposed to be in the 90s most of the week. In fact, is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's supposed to be 90 plus, getting down into the mid 70s at night. So, going to be hot here. I don't know how much work I'm going to get done this week, but I thought I'd get out and get started this morning. Try to get some stuff done before it just gets too sweltering in the middle of the day. We're going to start by cutting more of these studs for a wall that goes along the edge here of the house on the east side, and not much to it. Then we'll do the layout, build some walls, stand them up.
We just want to make sure that the studs are with the floor joists or lined up, just in case he decides to run any ducting.
Up to the loft.
Up to the loft or through any. It depends on what the plan would call out for air return. You never know.
Okay.
That
No,
works
I
too.
think that sounds good. That's easy to do. And then the other thing that I'm interested in making sure that we get right is just these elevation changes.
Oh, we gotta cut different length studs.
Yeah,
here.
because those studs, this is what we've been cutting, and now we're going to be cutting these 8 3/8 studs.
8 yeah.
Kyle's going to start doing the layout, figuring out where the studs go, and marking that on the plate while I go ahead and start cutting him studs for this height of wall. Well, we've been making a little bit of progress every day as we're putting up walls here on the main floor. My goal today is to put some walls back in here in the office area, maybe even roll some BCIs up on top just to make it feel like it's got a ceiling in there. Some of the process of what we're doing is kind of adapting the plan to what feels right. The problem with doing your own plans is that sizes really don't mean as much to you when they're on paper. So what's the difference between a 12 by 12 room and a 14 by 14 room? In reality, there's an awful lot of volume size there, but you really can't tell it. And for those of us who aren't architects by trade, you just really don't know quite what you're doing. So we did a plan of what our house was going to be, but we're kind of adapting it just a little bit as we put walls up and say, yeah, is that the right amount of space for that room, for that function?
Say whatever you want.
Say whatever I want. Well, it's Mom's fault that we're getting a late. So this morning we were working out here, and Karen came and said, you know, there was a house that we went to vacation in Alabama that really had kind of a neat layout in the kitchen. And what would you think if we made some changes and put the pantry in a slightly different position? So we called a timeout on the building and went in and did some drawing and moved some interior walls around. And we came up with a new layout. So we're gonna try that out today and see whether or not what we put on paper actually feels good in real life. Well, I'm getting rained out, but before I pack up and leave, just wanted to show you what I was working here on the stairs, trying to get this this dividing wall between the two staircases set up so that we can actually figure out where the stair landing is going to rise, so we can figure out where the stair stringer for the rising staircase is going to go in here. And so we're getting that close to being done. We also built a pantry over here, a little different than what the plan called for, but I think Karen's going to like this arrangement better. This corner of the great room is the kitchen area, so yeah, the pantry will be nice and close and integrated well. Won't be long before we're putting up walls over here in the master bedroom section. Well, we're getting to work here this morning. I need to get my tools out of the tool shed. We actually use the truck just sitting right here by the building site as a place to store tools so they don't get rained on and stuff. Yeah, need to go stage stuff and get ready to go. Morning, Kyle.
Morning.
I spent some time this morning working on the stair design just to make sure that I had the rise and run calculations accurate. Taken a piece of paper and drawn that out here so that I know where the stairs are, how much each rise is and how much each run is, how big the platforms are going to be, how high the platform has to be off the subfloor, all that kind of stuff. We have two things that need to happen. We need to build out the area where the stringer is going to land, and we also need to build out the landing halfway up. With all the walls built in the section of the house under the loft, the last thing that we needed to do was go around and add the second plate on top of the wall, which ties all of the walls together. The eye joists from the loft above will actually sit on the top plate and be attached to it. With the top plate installed, we're now ready to start hanging rim board and eye joists. What?
I haven't even got layout yet.
What does layout look like? Ends right on the back of the wall. And that should be true even though we've moved stuff around. So let's say that we're going to have a BCI that goes right here.
Okay.
We know that. And then let's go 16-inch on center going that direction and see where we end up at.
One and 16th.
Back.
1 and 16th.
beginning of our floor system up here in the loft. Well, establishing the beginning of another floor system and being able to stand up there on that lofty perch, yeah, that's a kind of a fun thing. It gets us closer to hanging trusses, which is the real goal. We're trying to get dried in by winter. Well, I think that's where we're going to leave you for this episode. Like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Until next time, take care.